What's going on, team? Today's number 65 of the $1,000 account challenge, and today we are down $68 in the account, or 0.64% of the total portfolio balance. I'm not actually mad about this. I was a lot more red than this, and I kind of climbed my way back to being small red. So this is a win for me. Today's price action just wasn't there. We traded live with the team today, and man, just choppiness all over the place. The market right now has been very frustrating to trade. I don't know if you've noticed, but over the past few weeks, my account size has not really moved, and that is because I have been sizing down due to market conditions. Apple today was a short idea below 168.5, and we get a move that is pretty close to breaking down below 168.5. Let's break it down. Apple this morning was a gap down name, and on the daily time frame was breaking below this ranging support, and it looked good for a continuation lower. However, we just really didn't get the follow through on that gap down this morning, and it was super frustrating to trade. So 168.5 is right here. I wind up taking a short position here. Why would I take a short position prior to the break of the trigger level? Well, that's because we had an opening move down that truly did bounce off the pre-market lows and move up. So once we broke down below the low of day and the pre-market lows, I thought that this was probably enough confirmation for us to take this short. So I went short on the trade here. We get to move down to the low of day. We're up 10%. I made the mistake here of not taking the profits, and we get a reversal move right back up through the entry point that we took and all the way to going red on this. I should have, here's my mistake, should have cut the trade the moment that it reclaimed the downtrend trend line here on this candle. So as it got back to break even and I was down probably less than 10% on this candle, boom, I should have just closed it out, said this isn't going to work. But I gave it extra room. The next candle pops up and I wound up taking like a 25% loss on this. Very frustrating. But we switched it. So I said, okay, maybe Apple's not moving down today. Maybe it's going to move up and fill this gap down that it had back up to the top side, price target 170, right? So when I close out the short position here for that 25% loss, we get the move down, little dip entry. I go long, I flip it. Instead of going short, we're going to go long. Now we're looking for the move up to and through the high of day. And what do we get? More chop and consolidation. We are up again about 10% on this trade near the peaks of these two rallies here. I made the decision, again, not to take the profits and just aim for more. And that seemed to be my downfall today. Not taking those profits, this curled right back over, rejected the high of day, not once, but twice. And I wound up taking about a 5% loss on the second entry. So I did better by cutting the position on the second entry, but did not do any better by not taking my profits when they were offered. Altogether on this Apple trade, short loss, long loss, I was down about $300 on the day. At this point, I was planning on calling it a morning, but I saw an opportunity on MU to take a short position. This was a short below $122. And not only did the short trigger work extremely well as a point of support, but the intraday price action also was telling us that 122 was a point of support. So when we got that break below 122 here, initially, I was looking for a rally up retest of 122, but I was like, you know what? This is consolidated enough above 122. Chances are this may not actually give us any sort of retest, and this might be the start of the larger breakdown. So I made the decision, again, to market buy late on the trade. A little bit of a mistake here. I should have just went for it there, but I made the decision to market buy on this trade here. We get the move down towards the low of day. This time, I'm up 10%, and I made the correct choice to take the profits. So learning from the last two trades on Apple, where we're offered 10%, and I'm not taking the profits, here I was offered 10%, decided to take the profits, and that nearly put me green on the, well, nearly put me break even on the day, being down 300, making about $230 on this last trade, put me down $68 on the day. So what can we learn from this video? Well, we know right now that market conditions are not super favorable, right? So it may be a time to shift the mindset into thinking that let's just take the profits that are offered and on the table and these 10% gains and let these base hit trades add up, rather than continuing to look for more in a market where it's not really giving us any more than 10% at a time. If this video has helped you out, please press that like button for me and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, as it's just the best way to support me and this type of work that I do. That's it. That's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for your time and watching, and I will see you tomorrow when we continue the $1,000 account challenge. Cheers.